Hello there, you're watching the news at 8. I'm Maha Siddiqui. First up, the headlines that we're tracking right now. Fresh attempt at cobbling up a third front, this time by Arvind Kejriwal ahead of 2024. The Delhi Chief Minister makes a hush-hush move to hold a meeting of 8 opposition parties. NDTV accesses the letter from Kejriwal. BRS leader K Kavitha's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate ends after 9 hours. She appeared before the ED for the second round of questioning in the Delhi excise liquor policy as well, linked to money laundering. Day 3 and the hunt for Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh continues. His father and 4 aides booked under the stringent National Security Act. Indian consulate in San Francisco vandalized by pro-Khalistanis after the incident in London where Khalistanis tried to take down the Indian tricolour. High Commission displays an even bigger national flag as India reacts sharply to what it calls absence of security at the High Commission in London. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announces an expansive new plan for an open and free Indo-Pacific, promising $75 billion in investments across the region by 2030. Kishida condemns Russian aggression in Ukraine once again while in New Delhi as Russian President Vladimir Putin welcomes his Chinese counterpart in Moscow for his first visit to Russia since the Ukraine war. Union Minister Hardeep Puri says Rahul Gandhi needs to apologize categorically and unequivocally for his London comments as BJP piles pressure on the Congress leader, says individuals have the freedom to speak outside India but with a sense of responsibility. Our top story, Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal has initiated efforts to bring together a third front. This will be a non-BJP, non-Congress alliance with an eye on 2024. The Delhi Chief Minister has written to 7 Chief Ministers, inviting them for dinner and form a progressive group. Let me immediately go across to Megha Prasad and Uma Sudhir for more details on this. Megha, coming first to you, when is this dinner expected? Has anybody confirmed yet? Are there any dates that we know?
Well, Maha, the story actually is that this did not go through. You know, the document that we are putting out is a letter that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal wrote on 5th of this month, and he invited 6 chief ministers, apart from, of course, Bhagwant Mann of his own party. So in total, including him, 8. And in this letter, he actually calls them Progressive Chief Ministers of India, or G8. He prefers to call them as G8, but G8 has not taken off because in this letter, the Chief Minister, I mean, he is writing to them. It looks like a political letter, but he is writing this in the capacity of the Chief Minister to other Chief Ministers of the state, inviting them over for a dinner party on 18th of this month and a grand press conference on 19th of March. 18th and 19th are done. These are behind us, and nothing of this sort really was seen. We haven't seen any dinner party. We've not seen a press conference. So what really happened to this attempt by Mr. Kejriwal when he reached out to these 6 chief ministers, 7 chief ministers actually? What really happened? The story here is that we have independent confirmation from at least 3 chief ministers' office from Telangana. We've been told that the chief minister had to decline and he was unable to go because of his ill health and all that's been happening back in his state. From Bihar, we've been told from sources in the Chief Minister's office that he was really busy with the assembly. He couldn't go. And of course, from Mamta, we've been told that she is busy right now, of course, traveling. She's going to meet the Chief Minister of Orissa, and only after that, maybe you'll have a response from them. So what really happened as far as this attempt by the Delhi Chief Minister to try and be at the center of what one can call, quote unquote, a third alliance or an attempt to a third alliance, where he's trying to reach out to all the non-BJP, non-Congress chief ministers, where he's inviting them to come over. The date is already gone. Nobody has come. And we have now been told that, you know, the chief ministers politely have, at least at this moment, not agreed to come and be a part of this. Whether it's going to happen in the future, whether he'll be able to cobble up this alliance in the future and have some sort of a third front and he becomes the face of it. Unlikely though, because you have the likes of Mamata Banerjee and others who themselves harbor a lot of aspirations when it comes to Prime Minister's position. So let us see how this goes. But at this moment, what we can tell you that it didn't go through.
So this attempt was unsuccessful, if we can put it simply, for Arvind Kejriwal to cobble up a third front by Aam Aadmi Party leading it this time. Uma, was the Aam Aadmi Party trying to build on the BRS's attempts in the past to have or cobble up a third front, or was this separate in its structure and form?
Okay, I've got confirmation from the Chief Minister's office here that it did not fall through for any reasons of differences or not being on one, having a single mind on this issue of coming together, but that the date had to be only postponed, that the idea has not been aborted, it's only been postponed to a date that would suit all the Chief Ministers. That's what I've been told by the Chief Minister's office. And one important difference between the attempt that's been made this time to the attempts that have been made in the past for a federal, non-BJP, non-Congress political parties to come together, as we have been pointing out, the letter talks about Arvind Kejriwal writing in his capacity as Chief Ministers and specifically says that this is about starting a new era of cooperation between the Chief Ministers. So what this helps them do is to actually get away with the problems of the past about who is going to be leading such a front, while at the same time being able to put through problems or issues that they are all facing commonly. One is that they want to get BJP out of power at the center. That is their single common agenda. And the second thing is the discrimination that they allegedly face at the hands of the center in terms of financial power distribution, in terms of the use of central agencies. All these are issues on which they can have a common platform, and they are not doing it on a political, forming a political front, but on a platform in which all of them are chief ministers and therefore occupying equal stature and being able to at the same time raise the issues. We have seen in the past people like Mr. M.K. Stalin, Mr. KCR, all of them raising the issues of federal center-state relations and being unfairly treated by the center, and therefore all those issues that bother them vis-a-vis the BJP, they can raise it through the platform of being the part of the progressive Chief Minister's Front, G8 as they are calling it. Back to you.
Many thanks, Uma and Megha, for joining us with all those details. Meanwhile, BRS leader K Kavitha's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate has ended after 9 hours. She appeared before the ED for the second round of questioning in the Delhi excise policy-linked money laundering case. Let me go across to Arvind for more details on this. Arvind, what information are you picking up with regards to the questioning today?
After 9 hours of questioning by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with this Delhi liquor policy money laundering investigation, the day 2 of questioning of Kavitha is over. That's what our sources in the Enforcement Directorate have confirmed to us, that her statement under Section 50 of PMLA was recorded by the agency in connection with this particular case. During the last questioning, the agency had seized a mobile phone, and then the forensic examination of that particular mobile phone was carried out, and the data that were retrieved from her mobile phone were put forward to Kavitha to ensure to get to the bottom of the case. And also what we are being told is that the agency tried to confront Kavitha with Arun Ramachandra Pillai, who is an arrested accused in this particular case, and according to the agency, he was acting as a frontman for Kavitha, holding almost 32.5% stake in the Indo Spirits company, which secured the wholesale license in the Delhi liquor policy. And the Enforcement Directorate alleged that Kavitha used a political relationship with Aam Aadmi Party to secure this particular wholesale license for Indo Spirits company, in which he had almost 32.5% stake. So agency wanted to confront Arun Ramachandra Pillai with Kavitha, and what we are being told is that it didn't go through because Arun Ramachandra Pillai refused to sit across Kavitha, and that's why that didn't go through. But the agency has recorded her statement, and what we are being told is that her statement will be examined by the agency, and the agency will take a call whether to summon her once again for questioning in connection with this particular case. But also very importantly, Kavitha's plea challenging the Enforcement Directorate summons in this particular case will be heard by the Supreme Court on March 24th.
All right, Arvind, many thanks for joining us with all those details. Let's now turn our attention to the big story that we've been tracking, that of the chase of pro-Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh and some of the repercussions, in fact, of this crackdown that are being felt outside of the country as well, with some pro-Khalistani groups vandalizing Indian missions. Joining us on this story will be Neeta. Neeta Sharma and Radhika. Radhika here joining us from London to get us details on the incident that was witnessed at the Indian High Commission in London. But first, let's take a quick look at what's happened today. This is day 3 of the attempts by the agencies and the police to be able to chase Amritpal Singh. His uncle Harjeet Singh and driver Harpreet turned themselves in at Punjab's Mehdpur. His father, along with 4 aides who were arrested earlier, have been booked under the stringent National Security Act, that's the NSA. The internet suspension in the state has been extended till tomorrow noon to prevent the spread of misinformation and rumours through social media. With a fresh FIR citing the Arms Act against the Khalistanis supporter Amritpal Singh, who is being chased by the Punjab police, the centre seems to be moving in to take over the case as a terror investigation. Let me bring in Neeta Sharma for more on this. Neeta, can you help us understand how this will change the nature of investigations here, and what are we picking up about the hunt that is on for Amritpal Singh?
Maha, the Operation Swift, which was to, hunt down Amritpal Singh, as of now seems like a damp squib. More than 72 hours have passed. There is no sign of Amritpal Singh, though the Punjab police claims that they have arrested 114 of his associates and sympathizers. 5 of them have been arrested, taken to Dibrugarh, booked under NSA, but Amritpal Singh is still evasive. Amritpal Singh last year, came back to India from Dubai. He was a truck driver there. Now, intelligence agencies are claiming that he had links with ISI, he had links with terror outfits, and was also getting money from Hawala. In fact, earlier he was a clean-shaven Sikh. Now he supports a beard. In fact, now he copies Bhindrawala. In his own language, his Bhindrawala 2 number 2. He's taking forward his legacy. As far as his linkages are concerned, the investigative agency says that he has linkages. His organization WPD Wahir Punjab Day has linkages with ISI, and with the help of ISI, they were trying to destabilize Punjab with the help of drugs. Since the time he has been arrested, number of drone sightings across the international border, whether it's Punjab or Jammu and Kashmir or Rajasthan, has increased the numbers have gone up really high. If we talk about 2023, only in the first month, as many as 33 drone sightings have been done, and out of which 21 have been sighted over Punjab area only, Punjab state only. And these drones come carrying caseload, which includes weapons and also drugs. In fact, the de-addiction centers that WPD runs, claims investigating agencies, are the places where he was giving training to armed militia. He was storing his weapons, automatic weapons, and also highly sophisticated weapons. The Punjab police claims that after what happened at the police station, now they are started to cancel the licenses of his sympathizers, but the hunt is still going on. In fact, now there is information which the intelligence agencies claim that he had even threatened the Chief Minister of Punjab, Mr. Bhagwant Singh, and also the Union Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah. So, whole lot of information is coming, but the fact is, Punjab police is blaming the centre that they have not been able to get him. They acted very late, and the centre claims that it's a law and order issue, and that is why the state needs to look into it. Maha?
All right, Neeta, many thanks for joining us with those details. Meanwhile, soon after Khalistan supporters pulled down the Indian national flag at the Indian High Commission building in London, videos of a huge mob seen attacking the Indian consulate in US's San Francisco also appeared. They spray painted a huge graffiti saying "Free Amritpal" on the outer wall of the building. India has reacted sharply to the incident in London, questioning the absence of security and asking for the immediate arrest and prosecution of the miscreants. Listen into Foreign Secretary Vinay Quatra.
With regard to the UK incident, we have already put out yesterday evening, late evening, India's response to it, in which the UK Deputy High Commissioner was summoned and was demanding an explanation, 2 asked the culprits and the perpetrators of what happened at London yesterday to be quickly arrested and prosecuted. We launched a strong protest and also clearly indicated to the British authorities for the need for them to put up adequate security at the UK High Commission.
Radhika Iyer is now joining us with the very latest from London. Radhika, what are you picking up from the London police? Was there an absence of security, and what are they doing about it now, considering that clearly the Indian High Commission has been proven to be vulnerable to incidents of this nature?
The Indian High Commission just here in central London, Maha, is not the first time that it has been attacked. This is a very familiar sight, especially for many Indians travelling to London. The London School of Economics, the King's College London, very popular destinations for Indian students, is just across the road. And just here in the High Commission, you can see behind me a heavy police presence. There are some officers just at the main entrance of the High Commission. There are some here where people normally enter. The visitors' entrance is just there, where there are more police officers. And I see three such series of police personnel. When I say series, I mean there are at least 6 officers in each of these police vans, which means that they have reacted quite swiftly to try and be seen just outside the Indian High Commission after what happened yesterday. But was there a lack of security? Of course there was, and that's something that has been called out not just by Indian origin MPs here, but also by the mayor, also by the British High Commission, who admittedly said that this was a shameful act to have been allowed to happen. Just there, as you can see, right on top, you have a larger flag of the Indian High Commission just there, which is donning the building. That is the diplomatic reaction that the Indian mission here in London has given to protesters who tried and attempted to bring down or detach the India flag on Sunday afternoon. But as of what we know in terms of the investigation, no arrest has been made. Persons were detained, investigations were on, but we are hearing from very senior sources in the commission that they were out on bail within hours of detention.
All right, Radhika Iyer there reporting from London. Many thanks. Let me now go across to Ankit Tyagi, who's joining us from Jalandhar for the latest details. Ankit, first of all, fill us in with what updates we have with regards to the clampdown that we've seen against Amritpal Singh and Waris Punjab Day, because Amritpal Singh is still on the run.
That's right. It's day 3 as far as Amritpal Singh is concerned. The task cut out for the Punjab police, quite embarrassing for them that not only the information about the crackdown possibly was leaked to him, and that's the only explanation why he was able to get out of that vehicle and was able to escape. And now, for the last 3 days, the Punjab police has not been able to arrest him. What we are learning, and Maha, in fact, if I can tell you, I am about 50 kilometers from Jalandhar. And this is, in fact, the rural pockets of this area where the police feels that Amritpal is hiding. They are quite confident, though, that they would be able to arrest him. But at this moment, the crackdown continues on his supporters. His uncle today, who was part or who was with Amritpal at the time when the crackdown began, he surrendered today along with his driver. But Amritpal is not traceable as of today. And the police is saying that he's not carrying any mobile phone. His supporters are not carrying any mobile phone. So electronic surveillance is also proving to be quite ineffective as far as Amritpal is concerned. But beyond that, at this moment, the political lines are also being drawn. There are few people. In fact, the SGPC has come out and has spoken in support of Amritpal. And this now will present a problem as far as Mr. Bhagwant Mann is concerned. The question now is the Aam Aadmi Party government reacting late, or have they learned their lesson and are at least on a course correction when it comes to Amritpal? With whatever has been playing out here and, of course, abroad, reactions have been coming thick and fast. Listen in to few of the reactions, political reactions on this.
मैं पंजाब के लोगों को, देश भर के सिखों को ये कहना चाहता हूं, हमें ये बात उन लोगों से जरूर करनी चाहिए, अपना दिल खोल के अपनी भावना व्यक्त करके उनको बताना चाहिए कि जो आप कर रहे हो गलत है, साक्षात गलत है। आप ऐसे भारत के झंडे को नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हो जिस झंडे के जहाज ने चंद दिन पहले ही अफगानिस्तान में जब सिखों की जान पर बनाई तो कौन बचाने गया उनको? उन्होंने सभी मुल्कों से अपील की थी। मैं आज जरूर कहना चाहता हूं, ये बात को बहुत जोर देकर कहना चाहता हूं।
सबसे पहले केजरीवाल और उसकी आम आदमी सरकार और उनके इनकॉम्पिटेंट मुख्यमंत्री भगवंत मान की निंदा करते हुए पूछना चाहती हूं कि ये एक्शन 1 महीने पहले क्यों नहीं लिया गया जब अजनाले के पुलिस स्टेशन के ऊपर कब्जा हुआ। 1 महीने तक भगवंत मान बताया उसको किसने रोक के रखा। दूसरी बात मैं केंद्र की सरकार से पूछती हूँ, 6 महीने से ये घूम रहे हैं, क्या आपकी इंटेलिजेंस का इतना अटर फेलियर था? जो बातें आप आज बोल रहे हैं तो 6 महीने इसको पंजाब में घूमने क्यों दिया?
ये जारी है तो ठीक है, मगर ये मेरे ख्याल में जिस समय शुरू हो जानी चाहिए थी उससे लेट हो गए, इसी वजह से वो भाग निकला है। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इंटेलिजेंस वगैरह जो है उनका लैप्स है और जल्दी से जल्दी उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
Let's move on now to some other stories. $75 billion for Indo-Pacific and desire for closer India-Japan ties. Here's the full lowdown on Fumio Kishida, the Japanese Prime Minister's India visit, as the Chinese President Xi Jinping landed in Russia on the other side. As Chinese President Xi Jinping reached Russia to hold talks with Vladimir Putin, the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida was in India holding bilateral talks with Prime Minister Modi. Even as China remains a common threat for both India and Japan, Prime Minister Kishida toed the G7 line to draw parallels between the Russian aggression in Ukraine and warning of the vulnerability of the Indo-Pacific, hinting at China's aggression in the region.
During our working lunch to follow, I hope to have yet another productive discussion on such topics as the Indo-Pacific regional situations. After our working lunch, I will announce my new plan on Free and Open Indo-Pacific, or FOIP, at a lecture event hosted by the ICWA. It gives me a great pleasure to be able to unveil my new vision on the soil of India, which is our indispensable.
As the two discuss their presidency of G7 and G20, any possible convergence of stand on the Ukraine war remains glaringly unresolved, with not just Russia but even China taking a strident anti-West stand on the matter at the G20 platform. But convergence of thought in Indo-Pacific to counter China remains on track, this time with greater stress on the resilience of semiconductor supply chain.
हमने रक्षा उपकरण और टेक्नोलॉजी सहयोग, व्यापार, स्वास्थ्य और डिजिटल साझेदारी पर विचारों का आदान प्रदान किया। सेमीकंडक्टर और अन्य क्रिटिकल टेक्नोलॉजीज में विश्वस्त सप्लाई चेन्स के महत्व पर भी हमारे बीच सार्थक चर्चा हुई। पिछले साल हमने अगले 5 वर्षों में भारत में 5 ट्रिलियन येन यानी 3,20,000 करोड़ रुपए के जापानी निवेश का लक्ष्य तय किया था। यह संतोष का विषय है कि इस दिशा में अच्छी प्रगति हुई है।
Prime Minister Kishida also pledged $75 billion for the Indo-Pacific through private investments and yen loans. As a day of heavy-duty discussions on security, defense, trade and regional geopolitics, it was downtime for both the Prime Ministers. And also to cherish the traditional cultural ties based on Buddhism, with Prime Minister Kishida visiting the Bal Bodhi tree in the Buddha Jayanti Park in Delhi. In New Delhi, Maha Siddiqui for NDTV. Back to some politics in the country. The war of words continues over Rahul Gandhi's London comments. The BJP is demanding an apology, whereas Rahul Gandhi says India is not synonymous with Prime Minister Modi. Listen in.
जो माननीय राहुल जी ने कहा है यूनाइटेड किंगडम में जाके, अगर वो लाइट चीज को ना, ही इज आस्किंग फॉर द डिसमेंटलिंग ऑफ इंडिया, ही इज आस्किंग फॉर रेजिम चेंज इन इंडिया। यहाँ पे हम उनके जो भारत के वोटर है उनके साथ तो उनकी दाल गल नहीं रही, ठीक है। दोनों हाउसेज में मिला के जो आंकड़ा 100 पे नहीं पहुंचता, ओके। फिर यूके जाके कह रहे हैं और कैम्ब्रिज में जाके कह रहे हैं माइनॉरिटीज की हालत बड़ी खराब है, डेमोक्रेसी इज अंडर थ्रेट इंडिया। क्या उनके वोटर को यहाँ लाएंगे? भाई साहब, मैं समझता हूं कभी कभी ये लक्ष्मण रेखा जो होती है ना, ऑन फंडामेंटल्स, वेयर इट कम्स टू द यूनिटी एंड इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ एन इंडिया, इफ अ पॉलिटिकल लीडर इज hell bent on questioning that, I think he needs to apologize.
Now there is a confusion in the mind of the Prime Minister, of the BJP, and of the RSS. They are under the impression that they are India. They think that they themselves are the whole of India. The Prime Minister is one Indian person. He is not India. No matter how delusional he might be, no matter how arrogant he might be, he is not this country. He is one individual citizen of this country.